Hi, it's Renee. Today we're going to play with Reindeer Fun, and I'm going to do a stamp it 3 ways with this, so let's get started. Okay, here is card 1, and you're going to see all the cards have the same layout. So they all have this particular jumping reindeer, the circle here, and then these layers of paper. So let's get started stamping first. Okay, just right there at the bottom. Merry Christmas. Okay, let's okay, and then we have our leaping reindeer. And last but not least, we're going to stamp. Okay, there's the harness. Okay, I'm gonna go into time lapse and color the reindeer, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm done coloring the reindeer, and you'll notice I used a lighter color just in a couple spots, and then I used the Pecan Pie Stampin' Blends. I outlined the reindeer in the dark, and then I just kind of brushed in the light, just bringing in some of that dark to just blend it really good. So now I'm going to die cut the reindeer and the tree. So I will be right back. All right, here's the reindeer and the tree. Also die cut a second tree in yellow because I'm not real fond of that green star. So I'm just gonna give it a little cut here. And I'll fussy cut this. My reindeer is ready to go. My tree is almost ready to go. I'm going to stamp this piece, and I'm kind of doing something similar to what I did with last month's Stamp It 3 Ways, where I'm making a snow background. This cute stamp is in the Reindeer Days, and the spacing on it is near perfect to just match things up super easy. Remember to go off the edge, keep that leading eye going, and then I'm going to also brush on some of the ink color. And I'm just bringing it in from the edge so that the darkest colors come off onto the paper by the time I get around onto the cardstock. So most of the color is coming off on that scrap paper. All right, halfway there. Maybe I should have done this part in time lapse too. Sorry. Okay, almost there. Hang in there. We're almost done. All right. Okay, we got that all nice, and let's put this card together. All right, so I'm starting with my card base, and I'm going to put the green down, and this is just 1/4 of an inch smaller than the card base, and the card base is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So this is actually 5 1/4 by 4. And if you're in my Because Cute Matters Facebook group, I will have the pattern sketch on there for you. Plus I will have the Cricut Design Space link files in there for you, so you can make these same cards. All right, so the sentiment, and this is just 1 inch. And then we've got our decorative paper. This is the Reindeer Memories paper, which is really, really fun paper. Love the bright colors, all the cute patterns. So this is just gonna go at the top, and then the ribbon is actually gonna go right over that seam. Okay, what I wanna do next is get my ribbon on, because the other pieces are gonna kind of go over the top of that. So I got this beautiful red with gold dots paper from Stampin' Up. Ribbon. All right, got the ribbon, got my glue dots. And it's just gonna go across the whole front. So from end to end, instead of, you know, stopping here, I want it to go all the way from one end to the other. Let's get that cut, and another glue dot. Okay. I'm going to tie a bow, and I'm sure you all have different ways of doing it, but this is how I do it. I make a loop here with about that much. I'm going to have the back side be the middle part, but I want to make sure that this end is also the dots, so only the back part is in that middle, because it's going to be so tight, you're not really going to notice that it's not the dots, but the rest of it you will. So then I just kind of keep playing with it until I get it the right size that I want. Okay, trim our edges. Hopefully that's balanced. Okay. All right, so for the snow piece, I am using some thinner 3D tape for it. And then I'm going to use some thicker, or if you don't have a thicker, just double up the tape that you have to just kind of get the effect. And it is going to go over the ribbon and off to the left of the card. All right, get these last pieces off. Okay, and it's just gonna go right over there. Now, before I do the tree, I want to glue the yellow star I made, because I'm just, like I said, not super fond of the green star. Okay, get our little yellow star on there. And while I have my little tiny glue out, let's do the harness for the reindeer. I tried stamping this directly on the reindeer, and it just did not show up once it got colored and stuff. So that's why I felt like it was worth fussy cutting that and getting that on that way. All right. So I'm going to do a mix, because the circle of snow already has some mounting tape on it. So I'm just going to do a thinner one on the back half of the reindeer and the top half of the Christmas tree. And then I'm going to use a little bit bigger on the bottom part of the tree, because it is off that that snow circle. And the same with the top part of the reindeer. Okay, so let's get these on there. Oh, Christmas tree. reindeer. I love this stamp set, so fun. Okay, just leaping off into the air. Okay, and then we just need one more glue dot for the bow. Gonna go right there. Okay, card 1 is done. Okay, here is card 2. So got the same pattern. I've stamped my reindeer, and I already did the circle the same as I did on the last card. And on this one, I used the tree die again, but this time I just did it in solid. So this is the two-tone cardstock. So you can see that's the same. To get this little effect here, you just cut it from the other side, which I think is super awesome. So those are done, and we need to stamp the sentiment. And it says, may all your days be full of cheer. And right down there at the bottom. And I want to stamp, I don't know if you can see it, but there's some little hollies in the stamp set. So what I'm gonna do is stamp it, and I am going to fussy cut it like I did the harness. This one's a little bit trickier because it has all those holly leaf little corners, but it wasn't too bad. So there's the holly, and I just thought it really just added a lot to the reindeer. All right, get our red, and the berries stamp has 2 sets of berries, so they just fit perfectly right there. And I'm going to color the reindeer, but what I'm going to do is stop halfway and show you a little bit of what I'm doing. So let me go into time lapse. Okay, you can see I did the lighter tan color, and then I did the dark pecan pie using the bullet tip to outline it. And then I'm just going to use the lighter pecan pie, the brush tip, and I'm just going to start on that darker color and just drag it down into the reindeer so that I get a nice blended line. I'm just pulling that color down. So that's giving me that really nice blended look just by grabbing that color. Okay, I'm going to finish this in time lapse. The second reindeer is done, so I'm just going to die cut this reindeer, and I'll be right back. All right, now that we have all our pieces, we can put our card together. We're starting with the green at the bottom. Couldn't find my glue for a second. It was right there in front of me. As usual. Okay, so we're just gonna layer our different levels. All right, sentiment is next. And the holly paper, so cute, right? All right, get that on there. Okay, ribbon. And my glue dots. And when I did this one, I tried to do the ribbon over the middle of that seam, but I think this time I'm gonna go a little higher. I think it was just a little too close to the sentiment. So instead of aiming for the middle of that, I'm just going to go close to the top of it, of the white cardstock. All right, that gives us a little more room. Okay, so doing the same thing as I did before on this little snow piece. So it's just going to sandwich the ribbon. Okay, so I left space for that ribbon there. Okay, whoops. We're gonna go right about there. Okay, I'm gonna hop into time lapse for a second to fussy cut this, so I'll be right back. Okay, let's get this little holly wreath on his neck. Oops, about lost it. Isn't that so cute? Just adds a lot to him. All right, the trees. I'm going to do them at several different levels. So the lightest one is going to be, it's the darkest on the back. It can be confusing. So I'm gonna do that on the thinnest. And then the other two I'm going to do thick, and oh, this one I did thin as well. All right, so they're gonna go on the little snow circle. And by the way, that's 2.75, I believe. So we got, oh, yep, wrong one, hold on. Gosh, when they're tuned over using the two-tone, I get all confused. That's the lightest one. Oh, you know what I wanted to do first? Let me peel that off real fast. So I wanted to cut the tree, or the star off the top of the tree. Again, not into green stars. Okay, so that's going right there. And then this thicker one, get that star off. It's gonna go to the left and kind of over the top of the lighter tree. So it's just gonna go there. And then this one's gonna kind of tuck under the lighter one, even though they're the same level of height for mounting tape. It's gonna just tuck under there just a little bit. Okay, then our reindeer, we want it to have some thick because it's just jumping off all that. Jumping off, I guess flying is a more appropriate word. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tuck, you can see here, it kind of tucked his back little hoof under one of those trees. Super cute, right? Okay, you guys get to see me do my bow again. So in the left hand here, and then I'm making the back side be the middle, and then I'm tucking it up. You have to kind of twist it so we get all those cute gold dots facing forward. this side done. And glue dots. And that bow's going right there. Okay, card 2 done. On to card 3. Okay, here's card 3. And it does look a little bit different, but this circle that we're gonna cut in a minute is 2.75, just like the other cards. And we have the layering and everything else the same. So it technically is the same card. So what I'm gonna do is stamp the sentiment up here. And how I'm doing that is I'm just only inking up half of the stamp. Okay, so I've got my Mary. Okay, I'll clean that off. Okay, and then we have the Christmas. And it's just gonna go on the edge here. Okay. And then this die comes with the Reindeer Fun die set. So I'm just going to cut it right about here. So I'm going to go run this through the machine and I'll be right back. Okay, so here it is. Sorry, my voice is cracking. I did get a little bit of a cold. So hopefully you don't mind that scratchy voice. Okay, there we go. All right, so I already stamped and colored a reindeer. You've already seen me do that a couple of times. So I'm gonna just stamp this little bow that's going on the reindeer and just fussy cut that out. This one is definitely the easiest to fussy cut. All right. And then we'll put the card together. I'm gonna just stay right here, not go into time lapse because this really won't take very long. And remember, as you're cutting, to move your paper, not your scissors. And then always leave a nice little bit of a white border. Try to line it right up, it's just never gonna match up. So let's go ahead and get this on the reindeer. And like I said with the other one, I tried to stamp it directly onto the reindeer and then color it, and it just did not look right. It did not come across well at all. So I opted to do it that way. All right, let's put this card together. We've got our card base and then our layering. Now on the other two cards, I put some pattern paper up here. And so I was going to put pattern paper behind that circle die cut with the pine and stuff, and it really didn't look right. So I opted to use the pattern paper on this next layer instead. Super cute, right? That reindeer memories paper is adorable. All right, so I kind of wanted some fir branches looking, yeah, see? It just got lost there. It was a cute idea, but it got lost. All right, so what I want to do is just put some adhesive on here, and then we'll just make sure all those spots get covered. Okay, plan B, going to the tear and tape because I just used up the last of my close to my heart tape runner. So, and I've been getting this tear and tape in the paper pumpkin kits, and I really like it. So I thought I'm just gonna get a bunch of that. Okay, last piece. Alrighty, I'll get this on the front and then the ribbon. Don't you guys love that ribbon? So pretty. Alright, that's just gonna go right there, and then our ribbon is coming back in. Glue dots, and it's going over this piece. You'll note on the other two cards, the circle went over the ribbon, but this time we're gonna do it, the ribbon on top. All right, let's get some mounting tape on our reindeer. So I want to use some thicker mounting tape for the reindeer, but I'm just only doing the head because we're gonna tuck it in under some of those little fir trees right there, okay? So just coming right out of it. All right, let's get our ribbon. So again, I'm folding this in my left hand. The back of the ribbon is going in the center, and then I'm just pushing through the front and then twisting this one so that we got those cute gold dots in the front on all but the middle. Okay, cute bow. Get that glued on there. And there you go. Have our Stamp It 3 ways. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.